Alright, hey guys, Dave here, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips about finding some big fish. Beginning of the year we fished winter blues on Wheeler, caught two about 15, 16 pounders, well 30 pounds of fish. Went to a tournament a week ago, caught a nice 30 plus pounder out there. So I'm kind of doubling the size. Maybe next time we pulling a 60, 70 pounder out, we'll see. But I'm going to talk about a couple key things to catching these big fish. First one's going to be fish where the fish are. If there's no fish, you're not going to catch a fish. 2, fresh bait. Fresh bait's the best bait. I showed you guys how to catch worms. I've showed you guys how to catch skipjack. But if you want to catch big catfish, skipjack's the way to go. Another one I want to talk about, keeping your bait fresh. You want to put a lot of ice in it. So, I got the cooler here, topped it with ice. I'm going to be showing you guys how to keep the bait fresh if you can't get fresh bait, or the freshest bait possible, which is going to be frozen bait. And you want to freshly freeze that bait as quick as possible. So, fishing where the fish are, I'm going to get back to that. So, what we look for, or what I look for a lot of times, structure, any kind of shrubs, brushery, or brush piles, I guess you could say, log jams type things. Washboard, some people call it. I'm looking for some holes to fish in, but most common I end up fishing river junctions, and you guys can see a photo of that where we had a nice river junction, pulled a 30 pounder out of. We had some muddy water, we had some like clear green Tennessee river water. We ended up catching the fish out on the green side. They're going to sit out there, any kind of bait that's coming out of that muddy water, they're going to ambush it and take it down. So bait placement was a big key factor in that. And bait placement here, this time we caught it on this rod, just a nice little Penn boat rod. I had a double hook rig on here, showed you guys how to tie that. But what I used here is this no-roll sinker. And I got a little video put together, just something quick about pouring these. It's real easy to do. And I custom pour these. Once they're sitting flat, they're not going to move. It's about a 7 to 8 ounce weight, something like that. So I just know that this is enough weight to hold it down where I want it. And then I'm using a Penn Jig Master right here, 50 pound mono. So it's a really nice setup. Pulled the fish in, no problem. Pull it up current, it's a great way to go. Another one here, I went down with another rod. There's another heavy rod right here with some 30 pound, and I just got a single hook on this. So same thing with a no roll, keeps the bait where you want it. 30 pound, plenty of power right there. 30 pound of pulling a big fish, no problem. But so that's kind of what we were doing, fishing where the fish are. Put the bait where you want it, have it stay where you want it. Catching the bait, I've showed you guys how to catch skipjack. The way I've been catching them, I pulled a cooler full, got a whole bunch. So just throwing a little shiny spoon with a 3/4 ounce egg weight right there. This is 20 pound mono. These fish, when you're out there catching these skipjack, they're not line shy, so don't worry about it. 20 pound mono, crank it right in, flip it right out there and catch another one. Catch your limit wherever you want to catch, catch you a dozen or two out there in no time. So crank them in real quick, get them unhooked, throw out, catch another one. So once the bite's on, you're going to be catching them. So that's why I like to upgrade my line, catch a bunch of heavy fish, and using a heavy setup, pull them in, good to go. Fresh bait, that's how I did it. If you can go catch your bait, then go fishing, you're going to catch a big fish. That's the best bait you can get, fresh bait. But if you can't get fresh bait, I got some stuff I'm going to be doing. I'm going to freeze my bait, and I'll show you guys how to freeze it. Everybody has these right here. Grocery bag full of grocery bags. So what I like to do, I'll take 1 or 2 of these out. Most often I'll take 2. So pull these things out. This is why I save these things. Most often I just return them, recycle them, throw it away, whatever I got. So get a bag, another bag, put a bag in a bag. So I'm going to have a fish in a bag, Alright. Generally, when I freeze them, I got a like a stand-up cooler, like a little reach-in. So let's get some fish here. Got a whole bunch of ice. Toss all this out. Let's see here. Alright. So, alright, so I just caught these earlier today. So, some good skipjack right here. You know, keep the bait fresh. You want to put a lot of ice on these things. And then freeze them as soon as possible. Generally, I'll put 3 to 4 skipjack, and then I'll freeze 3 or 4 together. If I got some really big ones, you know, I'll probably put 2, you know, and then maybe a small one. These are all relatively the same size. You know, here's a small one. It's not too big, so I'll probably go 4 on this bag. All right, let's see here. Oh, there's a nice fatty. All right, there's a good one. Keep these things fresh, like I said, man. They're gonna go rotten. They'll go bad really fast. So this one's, you know, most of them are about this size. I got a few jumbos in here. This one I'm just gonna do 4 in this bag. What I do, tie a knot in the inside bag. That's it, nothing to it. Press that air out. It's gonna get rid of a lot of freezer burn. You know, just keep it really cold. Regulate that temperature, you won't have a problem. So these will be good, you know, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. I go fishing pretty often. Spring's here, so gotta get out there and catch some fish. I'll use this bait up pretty quick. So that one's tied. I'll just tie this one. Press that down. There. And I'll just do another knot. Like that. Try and keep any air from escaping. That's it. It's good to go. So I just double bag them. Freeze them. Ready to use them later. A lot of times when I go, they're going to be cold. So I'll probably throw, you know, that's 4 fish. 2 bags, about 8 fish, 7 fish. So 2 bags for about 4 to 6 hours of fishing, depending, you know, if I'm out in the boat going place to place. If I'm fishing from the bank, 4 fish plenty. I'm not gonna do a lot of moving, so keep that bait sitting in the water, soaking a lot. If I'm gonna be out there all day, 3 bags. If I'm throwing 4 to 6 rods, then depending on the baits I'm cutting. You know, if I'm catching big fish, I'll use a big bait. A dozen fish out there for bait. It's a great way to go. So, you know, that's how I like to keep my bait. Keep it super fresh, bag it up, get it ready to go. You know, no roll sinkers, place it out there. If I'm going to be doing any drifting, I'll throw the other ones, the round ones that I've showed you guys how to throw, and just drop those over the side of the boat. Catching fresh bait, that's the way to do it. So hopefully these tips help you guys out catching some big fish you're looking for. Get out there, have fun fishing.